This video is so you don't do something like this. You see where my thumb is still all kinds of mangled? Don't mind the dirty hands because I'm in the shop grinding, but I figured I'd stop and do this because you know what, if you plan on being a knife maker, do yourself a favor right now, pause the video and go get a tetanus shot. I know it sounds stupid, but seriously, that's the reality of it. You're going to get hurt. It's just, this video is so you don't get hurt really badly, because you can get hurt or even killed doing this. I mean, I had a really close call doing something stupid, totally my fault. Now this was a few months back and I'm still healing. I'm still feeling the effects. So I'm going to disconnect you from the tripod right now and I'm going to walk you through the shop and show you how not to do stupid things. Actually, you know what? First, I'll show you how I did this. Alright guys. This is my shop knife. It's one that I screwed up, so I keep it around as a shop knife. It's got a sharpened swedge, practicing and screwing around with it. Sharp on this side. It's hideously ugly. But every once in a while I'll grab it to, you know, shop knife stuff. Or this particular instance, I grabbed it thinking, you know what, let me try something. And I've forgotten exactly what I was going to try. But this is what happened. I pretended this drive wheel was a contact wheel, or a wheel to hollow grind with. So, putting my thumb on the sharpened swedge, holding it like this, mistake number one. And going into grind, I approached the drive wheel that's spinning towards me at a stupid angle. So what happens is, as soon as I touch down, the drive wheel bites into the blade. I take a chunk out of the drive wheel and it launches it through my thumb, hits the bone, flips up and sticks into the floor. Like one of these deals, sticking out of the floor. If I was a little higher on the drive wheel, like this, it could have came and hit me right in the chest. Could have killed me. But instead, it mangled my thumb. Now, I'm going to go over some of the do's and don'ts about stuff that spins in a knife shop and how to not do this. I mean, this was a freak accident, but like I said, I was doing a couple of things wrong. If it wasn't sharpened, it would have just bounced off my thumb. I maybe just got a bruise and I would have been okay. If it was, if I didn't come in at a stupid angle, way too steep, it wouldn't have got thrown at me. The belt exploded when this happened. And staying at the right spot on the drive wheel, on the contact wheel, or anything that spins is very important. So I'm going to disconnect you now and we're going to walk around the shop. We'll just start from one end. Now, the basics, the absolute basics of a knife shop is have safety equipment. Get a fire extinguisher. You're working with hot materials, hot metals. I have the heaters going in here. I have the Kydex oven. You could easily have a fire in a knife shop. You got chemicals, and some steels self-ignite when they're ground. So get a fire extinguisher, and please do not block any exits. I mean, luckily for me, I'm in this little tin shed. If I fall down, I'm going to be outside. Alright, so have a fire extinguisher and have a plan to get out, first and foremost. Safety equipment, that goes without saying. Respirators, goggles, never go without them. Earplugs, I got multiple respirators. There's another one and another one. They're that important. Alright, when you're using a saw, bandsaw like this, use a push stick. So if you're pushing into the blade, like I am here, this is a push stick, so I'm going to push instead of using my fingers and getting my fingers in here and pushing like this. That's a great way to lose your fingers. Same thing with the metal cutting bandsaw. This one's a little bit more forgiving, but Honestly, don't take any chances. Don't risk it. It's not worth it. Okay, the grinder. 90% of the injuries you're going to get from a grinder are little cuts, abrasions, and little burns from hot steel. They are all pretty minor. There are a few things you don't want to do. Let's say I got my sleeve rolled down like this because it's really freezing in here. The belt's going down here. You can get sucked in right here. You don't want to do that. Keep loose clothing free from anything that spins, moves, everything. That especially goes for the drill press. Do not wear gloves when using a drill press, or a drill for that matter. I had a good friend of mine who was using a drill press. Actually, it was a hand drill. And he had big gloves on, oversized gloves, and his pinky got in the way. Well, his pinky wrapped around the drill bit with the glove, and it pulled his pinky out straight from his elbow with a spaghetti noodle hanging from it. Horrifyingly disgusting, and I could imagine how painful that was. They couldn't save his finger. He lost his pinky. So, please, 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 do not wear gloves around spinning things. You can stuff that you can get sucked into, because they will not forgive you. Okay, if you've watched any knife videos, they will all tell you about the infamous buffer, and this is exactly why. Now, if I turn this on, let's say I'm buffing this file. The wheel spins like this. If you're past center line and down, it's going to either throw it down into the bench or behind it, away from you. But you're standing in front of it. So if you do something like this, watch, I'll turn it on, I'll show you. I'll show you on the cotton wheel. I'm just going to touch the top of the buffer. See how it wants to go towards you? Do not go past center line. So from here, this is the part where you're allowed to use, I should say. Don't go up here or up here. It will rip the knife out of your hand and throw it at you. And these spin very fast, and that's the last thing you want, is to get it thrown at you. Now, I know you saw the picture of my thumb wrapped up on the thumbnail for this video. And some of you like to see the gore and all that fun stuff, so I'm going to cut to a couple of pictures right now. If you guys are afraid of gore, it's really not that bad. But if you're afraid of gore and guts and stuff, don't look for a few seconds. So I'll have this pop up right now, and I'll just keep on rolling here. I keep a copy of my hospital bracelet hanging from alongside next to this big blob of foam, but that's my hospital bracelet to remind me not to do something stupid. Okay? It's very tempting to say, well, if I just do it this way, I can get it done and it'll be fine. No big deal, right? I'm man, or I'm a big tough guy, and I could take a little pain, no big deal. Well, my thumbprint was hanging off when I did this. And I didn't feel a thing. It severed all the nerves. It bounced off the bone. I could have easily cut my thumb off if the angle was any different. But it's not just the pain, guys. I couldn't grind for 2 weeks while I was waiting for my thumb to heal and the stitches to come out. I got 12 stitches. On top of that, it cost me $650 out of pocket because I don't have the best insurance in the world. I have a big deductible. So $650, can't grind for a couple of weeks, and all I got was a hole in my grinding wheel that I had to patch up with, where is it? JB Weld. That's where the blade bit in, right there. You can see where the JB Weld is. So guys, be careful, be careful, be careful. It's not worth it. Don't do anything stupid. You're going to get hurt enough as it is. It comes with the business. It's just the way it is. But don't make it worse than it needs to be. Alright? The last thing you're probably going to do or have to worry about is cutting yourself on a knife. That's going to happen too. But it's the machines that you have to worry about. The ones that'll rip your fingers off, throw things at you, suck you in between the platen and the work rest, or cut your digits off clean. Alright? It's that kind of serious, and I don't mean to be, oh, Mr. Serious today, but it needed to be done. And trust me, if you think it can't happen to you, I thought the same thing until I sent a blade through my thumb. Alright guys, we're all happy faces now. I'll catch you on the next one.